Hey everyone, it is Val the Voice. How you guys doing out there? Oh my goodness. I just got through watching His and Hers and I was not ready for the twist. I'm just going to say that. I have to save that conversation for when coach gets here, but I'm a little blown away. I'm just like, "Oh my lord." I don't think I want to do spoilers either. It's a matter of a good tease for you all to check things out. How was your weekend? I know my weekend was pretty restful. It was ice cold here in Chicago. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your time in hopefully a warmer climate than the Midwest, but we saw some single digits and it was a little chilly for MLK Day. So hopefully you got a chance to do some wonderful things. But it is Interludes Section presents Talk on Tuesdays. We are back and we are live. And I am just excited to be back. And of course, we got some things to talk about. And we want to get into it. We got to get right into it right about now. But let me go ahead. I see Mr. Springer is in the building. Thank you so very, very much. Appreciate you so very much. And Mr. Springer is here. We're excited about it, but we're going to get started. Let me take a look. Where we at? Oh yeah. We got opening credits. That always works. Here we go. Interludes Extra presents Talk on Tuesdays, and we're getting started right about now. It's Interludes Extra presents Talk on Tuesdays. We are back. And of course, myself and Coach Tony, we are hanging out with you. And hey, welcome back. I hope you all enjoyed your long weekend. When I say long weekend, I mean a lot of you had the day off on yesterday. I was technically doing my things working. So that's what we do here. I like our newer photos. Of course, A DJ Saved My Life. That is the book. I got print books and I got digital copies. You know what? Let me stop sharing this for a second. How many people went online and you went to the AI Business Summit with Alicia Little? I mean, that was such a phenomenal summit, and I'm learning all about AI. But the fun thing about A DJ Saved My Life, this was not written by AI, it was written by me, and it's available on purelighthousemedia.com/shop. And we're excited that you guys are joining us on today because, like I said, this has been my book, and I am such a big fan of this. And of course, we're doing our thing. One of our things that we do, it's the morning meetup. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but I'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. But one of our affiliate sponsors, it is KeySpot. Oh my gosh. Connect, share, and grow. We want to give a special shout out. Thank you so much, Mr. Springer, to KeySpot. And if you want to advertise your small business or venue, do it on the KeySpot app and go to keyspot.com/free to learn a little bit more. She's been partnering with us for about over a year, so that's really cool. And then Mr. Springer is letting us know about what? Hey, the Pull Up Podcast Show. It took me a minute to talk to Tony about getting his own IG. He's got his own IG. Go ahead and go to @the Pull Up Podcast Show. I think we're streaming there now. Yes, we are. And hello out there in Instagram land. And then, of course, on Instagram, interludes_podcast. And then, of course, the IG I've had for, good gracious, a good 10 years or so. That's Val the Voice Johnson. Oh my gosh, we're having a good old time. And that's our website. And let me stop sharing this. We do have a free online webinar. I just need to update that information. And Mr. Springer, thank you so very much. How are you doing? Oh yeah, that was it. See how things heat up at the morning meetup. You can join for $19 a month today. And of course, I'm going to get that available via scan. You guys can go visit. That's one of our newer affiliate sponsors. So we're like real excited about that. And oh yeah, that's it. I went to what did I go to? I went to the podcast summit in Atlanta, and I got a chance to meet David Shands, and that's the gentleman right there. And every morning I'm inspired by other entrepreneurs and podcasters and creatives like myself. You guys need to go ahead. Yeah, there's the QR code. Go ahead and join. And he's got a saying called consistency is the only cheat code. So if you show up consistent in the lives of the people that you like, they will say, you know what, we trust you because you're not a fly-by-night person. My father used to say that, or was that my mom? I think both of them used to say that. That's kind of their whole thing. So yeah, join only for $19 a month. So that's one of our other affiliate sponsors. So that's really cool. Oh my goodness, man, oh man. So what did you all do for the holiday, for the King holiday? I know Dr. King is every third Monday of January. And oh yeah, we did this. Myself and Coach Tony, we did a very, very short, I want to say truncated briefing about what happened regarding the Pull Up Podcast show, because Coach was all into watching the college football championship. And I think the Indiana Hoosiers, congratulations to them for winning. But we want to let you guys know that we honor Dr. King for his civil and human rights contributions. A lot of us are able to enjoy some of the rights that we have now because of what he did nonviolently and in preaching nonviolence. And then, of course, pushing for a lot of the rights that are trying to be stripped away right about now. But we ain't going to get into all that because I need to stay positive. We're going to stay positive in this lane. So yeah, so we want to make sure that we went ahead and do that. Coach Tony will be joining us a little bit later, and I want to make sure that I did that. But if there was a special memory that you have of the holiday, like for myself, it's all about doing these book reports. I used to do these book reports about Dr. King. And I used to tell my mom, I'm like, I don't want to do these reports on Dr. King. I don't know him. I've never met him. And then I went to college. No, I'm sorry. I went to high school, and I was in it was a history class, but I forgot what type of history class it was. And our teacher went all in. When I say he went all in, it was like, look, I need you to respect and know this man. I want you to come here and almost shout out everything you know about him. And I was like, but when is free period? So I was 16, 17. I didn't know. College, I really became to really appreciate what Dr. King has done. And I feel like it should be taught. It continues to be taught in high schools and schools all over the country. Prayerfully, you are not in a city or a state that's restricting that. So I wanted to just kind of get on and just talk about it. And I have an article that is available via LinkedIn. And I talked about it. I talked about doing like a book report. And you know what? remember I told you about the AI Business Summit? So I have been learning how to use AI. That's an AI regeneration of Dr. King. How does that look? You guys like it? Yeah, I think it's pretty decent. I said I need him in a thinking manner, and hopefully good thing they didn't put it like a modern watch or anything on him. So that's pretty cool. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, I want to know what is or who is your favorite movie or television streamer? Because a lot of us now, how many people still have cable? That's not me. I stopped doing cable in 2007. Yeah, I stopped doing cable in 2007. Now, many of us who might be much younger, the only thing you have known is a Netflix, a Hulu, or something in that regard. But right now, there are some things happening in the world of streaming, and it's a billion-dollar business. Netflix started off as you rent a DVD. Now I'm going back. I am literally going back almost 20 years. You rent a DVD, you return it. How many people remember that? You used to rent something or you would go online, you would rent a DVD, they would send it to your house, and you would send it back. Then eventually, I had a PlayStation. I don't know what number it was. I had a PlayStation. So I had a disc that I would put in. I put the disc in, and then I was able to stream from Netflix. Then eventually it became an app. It became an app. And I was like, okay, this is different. And I think the very first streaming show that I remember coming on Netflix was House of Cards. I think that was a very first thing I remember seeing on there. Ash, so good to see you from Brooklyn, and he says he remembers. You do you all remember that when you were able to rent a DVD from Netflix? And I think at one point there was Redbox, there was, what was the other one? There were a few others. And then all of a sudden, Blockbuster ceased to exist. Because I don't know if you remember Blockbuster, but I definitely remember going physically to the store, getting a VHS tape or a DVD and renting that, and then getting charged a whole lot of money if I didn't return it in a proper manner. Like, that's bananas. Well, now, can you guys guess how much Netflix is worth right now, today? Now, I'm talking 2007 when I first started with Netflix. Netflix, let me write this in. Netflix net worth in 2025. I'm just going to do a little bit of a research here. Yeah. So Netflix market value at the end of 2025. Can anyone guess? Before I tell anyone, just throw it in the chat. Can you guess how much Netflix is worth? Because when they first started out, it was a couple of million. It was a couple of million. They were developing an app for Netflix. It was at the time being used. You would put the disc into, for me, it was PlayStation. Other people, it was renting a DVD. Then at first they were like, do you want streaming and DVD? And all of a sudden DVD just vanished. You didn't see DVDs anymore. You weren't able to rent anymore from DVDs from Netflix. All right. No one's guessing, but at the end of 2025, according to, Hollywood Reporter, oh boy, their assets are worth, someone guessed. I was hoping someone guessed. Ashley says 800 million. Not, you're close. You're close. You're close. So they, as of the end of 2025, if I had a drum roll, I would play it. Oh, wait, do I have, wait. I think I have a drum roll, please. But yeah, I do. Wait a minute. It's not quite the drum roll I was hoping for. Some of you are laughing in the audience. Yeah, you guys are funny. It's worth $25.9 billion. And according to Hollywood Reporter, Netflix has surpassed 325 million subscribers. Let me just go ahead and show this in writing. I cannot believe it. Let me see if I can show this. Yep. 325 million subscribers at the end of 2025. So that is, whew. So what's been happening, and I want to get to why I want to talk about this, is in December, Coach Tony and I reported that Netflix was going to go ahead and purchase Warner Brothers Discovery. Did you guys hear this? Yeah. Back in December, we heard about this. And then we kind of talked about, like, okay, well, what would that be? What would that look like for us as consumers? Well, now there's been other people that's been throwing in their hats for Warner Brothers, Paramount, Amazon, and most notably, Paramount, Amazon, and most notably, I think, was it Amazon, Paramount? It was one other studio that was gunning for it. CBS, Paramount. Oh, I'm sorry, NBC Universal. So all those guys were gunning for Warner Brothers. I didn't realize Warner Brothers was that popular, but then I think about all of the titles that's with Warner Brothers. Think about it. Think about all of the, what do they call it? Not Marvel Universe. It's a different universe, a different cinematic universe with Superman and what is this? Aquaman, like all of those titles. And then of course you all remember the WB, but now it's called the CW, all of the remixes of that. Well, now I want to make sure that I bring up what we were talking about. And ooh. So Netflix, as of this morning, they are going for an all cash deal. This is pretty major, ladies and gentlemen. When I say an all cash deal, they do not. Now, this is according to Wall Street Journal. There we go. They're going for an all cash deal, and they're going to be purchasing HBO Max streaming businesses. And they said that they would like to, this all cash deal will be and instead of whatever different structure they were going to make. And so Warner and Netflix said they expect the new structure to enable Warner shareholders to vote on this deal by April. And this change could also sway some shareholders who might be weighing in via on Paramount. So Paramount was really fighting for this as well. That's the thing. And that is, thank you so much for that. Ashley told me, and he said it, DC Comics. So that's owned by Warner Brothers. So all of those titles would switch over to Netflix. But do you remember when we were watching Marvel on Netflix? And there were titles that were created for Netflix, but they were Marvel based. It was Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. What was that? The Iron Fist. I wasn't too crazy about that. What, the Defenders, Daredevil. Remember all of those? Those were all titles that was on Netflix. And every last one of them got swiped up by Disney because ABC Disney bought Marvel. So you see how all of these things are happening? It's weird. So I'm thinking to myself, this is pretty serious, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a very $1 billion deal. Netflix upped the ante literally this morning and says, no, 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 we want to pay for this all cash. Get to voting on this before, Paramount, Amazon, whoever else wants to come in and put their hat in the ring. And so all I know is that if my subscription to Netflix goes up one more again, I might have to reconsider, because I have the subscription where I don't want the commercials, because now I think Hulu might be going away, and Hulu is an entity of Disney Plus. Don't ask me why I know all of this, because here's the thing: with myself and Coach Tony, when we come to you and we want you to check out a TV series or a film that we love that's streaming, hey, we want to be able to tell you what service to use. But here's my thing. What is your favorite service? That is the question on the table. Do you have a favorite service? Is all of your favorites on Paramount? Do you have a lot of them on Disney Plus? There's Apple TV. There's Amazon. Good gracious. And then of course there's Netflix. But which one's your favorite? Now I'm gonna vote. I meant to do a poll with our online community, but for myself, what's been most accessible for me has been Netflix. I'm able to go there and get what I need. I've noticed that titles come to Netflix and then they leave. So which one's your favorite? I'm just thinking about that. Which one's your favorite? All of the Marvel titles, a lot of them, their series as well as the movies, they're all over on Disney Plus. So it's called Where Are You Gonna Go for Your Streaming? Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? I'm gonna now go to, and I'm gonna tell Kevin to put it in the chat where that article is regarding the streaming and how all of that's happening. Now, I gotta let you guys know about, this was a new movie that came out over the weekend, and this is The Rip. Have you guys heard of The Rip? Oh my goodness. I got a chance to check it out a little bit over the weekend. And, I'm thinking to myself, and I'm sitting here, I'm gathering the situations, but Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, I think we really like these guys, right? They have been acting alongside of each other for a long minute. When I say a long minute, I'm talking, oh, good gracious. Good Will Hunting came out in 1997. We're in 2026. So what are we, 20, 29, 30 years almost? So they've been acting alongside of each other or producing alongside of each other for a very long time. And of course, Ashley, okay. Oh, hey, Brown Sugar's in the building. He says, yeah, The Rip is so good. There's a couple of twists happening up in this movie. Some things that I didn't quite expect, and some things I was like, I don't understand what's going on with it. And so what I found out about The Rip, it's a slang for when you are contributing or when you're submitting a lot of money. I think that's how it works. You're submitting a lot of money. And so The Rip comes from, and let me see if I can get this here. Here we go. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, written and directed by Joe Carnahan. And in a nutshell, what is The Rip about? It's about Miami cops undercover. They uncover millions and millions of dollars in a stash house. What could go wrong? Trust fractures, lines blur, and suspicion gets thick. And they said that it's inspired by real life experiences of Miami officers. And if you, Brown Sugar, if you could tell me why it's so good, please, please let me know why you think it's so good. Also, Brown Sugar says for new shows, it's Apple TV, and for movies, I have a few favorites. Please share in the chat which ones are your favorites. For myself, I like, for movies, Amazon. A lot of and a lot of original programming comes on Amazon, but I noticed that movies get released there and they get released to Netflix as well. But there are some great television shows on Apple TV, and I could think of a few. Some that we haven't reviewed because we don't have Apple, but we are working on that, and I think that's really cool. Who is starring in The Rip? I have to let me look at our list here. We got a couple of people. So of course there's Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. And oh yeah, there we go. Who you see on screen. She's having I want to say she's having a really good year, Tiana Taylor. I was like, she's in The Rip too. Like, did she do that in between recording her album or doing one battle after the other? I don't know what she did. The one thing I will say, you do, like I said, you do not see some of the plot twists that come with this. Who also is in here is Kyle Chandler. He plays a DEA agent, Mateo Marty Nix. Nestor Cabernel, Alex Hernandez, Sasha Callie, and Stephen Young. And so they really have a really good cast surrounding these guys. But here's the thing, it's action packed. And I think I like the fact that it keeps you guessing to figure out who is the bad cop and who is the good cop, who's working on whose side. Who is this? Ben Affleck was kind of his character is, I think this is in the press houses. And here's the thing, and hopefully this will be a little bit of a spoiler, but not too much. They really make sure that the enemy is not without, it's within. Well, somewhere in the movie, it's like, it's not us. And y'all got trouble on your side. It reminded me of all of the bad boy movies. The last two had to deal with dirty cops being within, and I'm assuming that that's what happens. And here's the thing, if you had an opportunity to lift 20 million, although it was all counted and together, would you steal it? I don't know. You know what? Let me go ahead and stop sharing. I think I heard my phone beep. Coach Tony. Hey.
20 million. If you don't steal it, I am. I think I lost Val. Val, where you at, baby? Hey, 20 mil. Come on now.
Okay, can you hear me? 20 million? So what would you do with 20 million, bro?
What would I do with 20 mil? First of all, I wouldn't do nothing for about a year. I wouldn't let nobody know I even got 20 mil. Nobody. The kids already going to be on me, so I got to set them straight, right? So we'll take the 20 mil. I'm going to probably holler at Coach Justin because he's a financial cat. So I'm going to get him on my side. I'm going to probably figure out what I need to do to invest to make the 20 mil turn to 200 mil, right? So I know there's some AI stocks out there, and I'm definitely putting some in the video. And then after that, I'm going to set the kids up, set the grandbabies up, got to put the college tuition straight for them so that they straight, because I love my daughter, but I don't know if she's going to be able to do that or not, So put that up for that. Tony Tone just get his career started, want to get his his PR visuals off the ground. So of course, me, Big Dad, I put that into his what he wants, buy him his studio, buy him his stuff, get him going. Just spread a little love throughout the family. And then after that, don't call me because I'm taking a long vacation. Don't call me. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna make sure
How long, Coach?
The Pull Up Podcast Show, Interludes. Oh, we on float. We got our own sponsorship.
Oh my gosh! Well, Coach,
it'd be so long, Val, that I'll be doing this remote. When you see me, I'll be at palm trees behind my back. The next time you see me, I've been in Arc de Triomphe in Paris. The next time you see me, I'll be like, "What's happening, mate?" Because I'll be down in Australia. Next time you see me, I'll be in London. I'll be in Ibiza. Man, what back in Costa Rica, Belize, man, you would never catch me at the crib in this studio with a wall behind me. It'll be over. 20 mil.
You got Dave cracking up. What would you do with 20 mil?
Matter of fact, Dave, you coming with me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get Dave a couple plane tickets, man. But you got to be able to swing them sticks. Because me and my homeboy, all we do is play golf. So I'm gonna bring Dave out there. If he don't swing the stick, that's cool. I'm gonna let Dave chill by the pool, set the night party up. Because I gotta kick it on the night party. You know what I'm saying, Val? I gotta have my right hand strong.
I know. But you know what? I really enjoyed this film, and it was good to see Affleck and Damon just kind of butt heads because you couldn't figure out who was the bad cop.
Yeah. But when you look at this movie, what only makes me mad about this movie?
What makes you mad? Oh, Dave says he will be playing golf with you.
For sure. But hey, if you playing golf, you got a plane ticket. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You ain't got to do nothing, bro, but just pack. That's all. And if your lady be like, "Where you going?" I have no idea. Coach Tony told me to just pack. Period. You don't need no money. I got you.
Just show up. Just show up.
Just show up. Just put your clothes in your clubs and let's do it. But what gets me mad about this, Val, because I can't watch money stealing type movies no more because you know what spoiled? What spoiled me? What do you think spoiled me?
You have a conscience.
Nope. What spoiled me was during the pandemic and the heist.
Now what?
You don't remember the heist?
The heist.
Oh,
so that came out and now who was in it? Tell me who was in it. Who was in it? It
was a European movie from a lot of Spaniard people. They were speaking language. They translated it, but you really couldn't tell it was a different language. If you haven't seen The Heist, oh my God, Dave, tell me you saw The Heist. If you haven't seen The Heist, Val, I'm telling you right now, move everything off of your schedule and go watch. It was only the #1 series in Netflix, like I think 2021. Oh my God. They robbed the Bank of Europe. The biggest bank in the world, Val. And they took it. It was crazy. And when I say crazy, it took people by storm. The reason why I know is because it hit the same time so it had been 2020 because it hit the same time that COVID-19, COVID-20, right? The same time. The Heist. It was the #1 selling Netflix movie ever selling on Netflix.
Okay. So quick question. Is this the film right here?
Yes.
With them in red?
They were doing dances. Val, you don't remember they had that same year they had the #1 Halloween costume. They had the #1 Macy's Day Parade. They were dressing like them. They had parades across the world that they were dressing like these guys right here. If you have not seen this series, you need to be tied up and beat with a whip.
Wait, whoa, not let me stop sharing. Coach, I think that's a little extreme.
Okay. Hold on, Val. I'm gonna take you back to your kidhood. Val, go get a switch.
Oh no.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Oh no, I'm not getting the Switch. That is not happening. No. Oz free. Oz free. Give us free. Give us free. No,
they remember the Switch too. Hey, back in the day,
and they
Switch, whip your own ass with it. Go get a Switch. And don't come back to the Switch.
So Dave says, I didn't see the heist. Just beat me with a wet noodle. I don't know about that. That
no, we ain't
like
that. Hey, you gonna go get the. Hey, if you don't show back up in this house, Dave, with a Switch,
here we go.
Terrible. I can at least take my little fish hook knife and peel the skin.
No,
so I want to make sure before I get at you, Val, you remember your grandma? Okay, it's good. Val, go in that room right now. Since you want to be grown tonight, you're gonna see who's gonna be grown tonight.
I'm triggered. Now, Brown Sugar says it was good, but it has so many seasons. I didn't finish it.
Hey, because you had to be locked in. It was like, I want to say, no, wait a minute. You like me, Brown Sugar. I didn't lock into like season 4 and 5, but I did lock in for the first 2 or 3. That because Val, when I say this, they tried to pull up. You remember the movie X? Remember X? You know,
I do. I remember X.
Ludacris and your boy. You know, they had like 10 damn series. But this movie was at least one season, 8 or 9 series per. And the first 2 series, just watch them. I'm like Brown Sugar. Forget season 3 and 4. They got ridiculous. But the first 2 seasons, Val, when I say if you wasn't in the house watching this, trust me, I know that I had COVID for one reason. I never got it, never diagnosed. But the year that 2019 came out going into 2020, you remember, Val, they didn't diagnose COVID until March of 2020, right? But they called it COVID-19 because of the prior year, okay? So I know that because I ended up being sick as a dog, couldn't move, didn't know why. I thought I was, hey, Val, I was in there like Fred Sanford. Lord, Weezy, I'm coming to join you. And I don't even know. Yeah, I'm coming. You know, remember Fred always make up some shit that he didn't even know. I'm coming to join you with the dummy wrapped around my feet because he can't clean up the place around here, you know, stupid stuff. But I remember that. And the heist had taken over Netflix. And you remember, Val, this is at the time that I wish I had a little paper, because at the time, Netflix was trading at about $250, $300 a share. After the heist and COVID-19, with everybody staying inside, Netflix shot up to $2,200 a share. Can you imagine just a quick $1,000? You'll be sitting on about 400, 500 grand, if not more right now. That's real talk.
And you missed the conversation a little bit earlier before you got here. I was letting people know about what happened earlier this morning is that Netflix is going to be purchasing Warner Brothers Discovery or the studios.
They better stop sending me notices. Going to send me a notice today. Going to tell me I need to upgrade my dish. I told them, dude, listen, I ain't upgrading nothing because I got a jammed stick. I got 5,000 channels.
Yeah. So Netflix, the revised acquisition is valued around, oh good Lord, $82.7 billion. And that's with a B.
Ooh, I got who's that over a trillion? Somebody's over $1 trillion right now. But
I don't know, but
I'll take $1 billion.
Yeah, and both boards have backed the amended deal, which moves the story forward because
wait a minute, Paramount.
Keep in mind, Paramount.
You said they bought Paramount?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Paramount and Amazon, along with NBC Universal, they were trying to jump in there, and Netflix was like, no. We're going to offer cash. Like they're blocking it. They blocked it this morning. That happened this morning.
Who did Netflix buy?
Warner Brothers Discovery. The Warner Brothers.
Yeah, they bought. We were hearing about. So here's what I'm telling everybody. Bring your Val, come here. Bring your ear closed, like you be telling me. Bring your ear closed.
Okay.
This is not for promotional purposes. This is for real. If you got a sink or swim account with Charles Schwab. Go and buy at least 100 or 500 or 1,000 shares of Warner Brothers stock. I've been hearing about this for the last 5 months. I just didn't have a chance to buy it. Go buy Warner Brothers stock, because the Warner Brothers stock is around, I think it's 17, 18 a share. It's very cheap as opposed to Netflix.
Well, right now they said the shares are worth $27.
Yeah, I don't give a damn. They said 290,000. Okay. Go buy $27 worth of share. Go spend, if you got any extra cash, go buy that Warner Brothers, because when this deal goes through, that Warner Brothers stock is going to go through the roof.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we love entertainment. We give these suggestions, but of course, we are not responsible. And on behalf of Pure Lighthouse Media, we are not responsible for any stock options or advice that is given on this show. We're just for entertainment purposes only. There we go.
There you go. What you said.
Oh my gosh. So did you get a chance to see The Rip or no? You didn't see it.
I saw a little bit of it, man, but I got to, let me just interject real quick. I got to send a shout out to my girls at SCA. Great game tonight. I know y'all said y'all was watching tonight. One of the best games of the entire season. It just.
Oh, they won?
We did. We got beat, man, but we got only beat. We got blown out by this team last time because I only had a few players. Tonight I was loaded. I had my whole team except my point guard, and we barely lost the game. So I'm very proud of them. I thought they fought. I thought they played real good. It just makes me happy because I see the light at the end of the tunnel. They don't. Mm-hmm. I just got to get them there.
Okay. Wonderful. All right. Well, good. Well, congratulations, because Coach Tony is coaching, and that's what be happening. Coach Tony. So answer the question, because I don't know if I asked it. I'll ask it again. Did you get a chance to see a little bit of The Rip? So
yeah, a little bit of it. I started out saying it. Yeah, and again, I turned it off because at the time, Val, I was watching His and Hers, and then The Rip. I made a decision. Went straight up to my cousin Tessa Thompson and His and Hers, and I locked in on that because it was crazy, and I never locked out.
Yeah. So what I did was I did the first episode of His and Hers, and then I said, well, let me check out The Rip. And really quickly,
who's in The Rip?
I'm gonna go. I'll go ahead and let you know. So that's Ben Affleck and
and Matt Damon. Jennifer Lopez situation. I get it.
No Jennifer Lopez situation at all. And I think Brown Sugar said that he really enjoyed The Rip. Yeah, he said that he really enjoyed The Rip. The Rip was good. Also, Kyle Chandler is in The Rip as well. And Tiana Taylor is in
Taylor. That's my girl.
You see her. So she's acting as one of the cops in this film. And the funny thing is, I saw a wonderful interview with her, Matt Damon, who is this? Ben Affleck, and the other gentleman. I got to get his name. So they were talking. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. So Stephen Young. I'm sorry, Stephen Young. He's the other officer that's in there. But they were having this conversation, and Ben Affleck was saying that he called the director of One Battle After Another and said, "How is it to work with Tiana?" And he just raved over her professionalism, and when she goes in, she goes all in. What was that?
He didn't want to get hit in the jaw, because if he said something bad, she's gonna jump on him.
I don't know if she was gonna do all that.
Yeah, that's not.
I don't think she was gonna do all that.
Yeah, but she's trying to pick up this lady Ice-T with the cop role. Because you remember she played in that role as a cop also with your girl Taraji Henson, And Taraji was playing that simple mother of the day and had to rob a bank, and they thought she was robbing a bank. She wasn't. That was a dope ass movie too.
Oh, now I think we talked about that. And I
Yes.
can't think of the name of that film right now because that's a
Tiana
Tyler Perry film that came out on Netflix.
Tiana played a cop in Intro.
Yeah, she did, and she played a very calm, very strategic cop, whatever.
Yeah, she understood what Taraji was going through. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So I think that was kind of the thing. Now, let's get to his and hers. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I'm not going to spoil it for you because you have not watched the entire series, right?
Actually, I finished right around 7:00 this evening, so we could pretty much. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this right here. There's going to be some spoilers for this.
Yeah. So if you haven't, in other words, you haven't synced it. If you haven't synced it, right? Remember Eddie Murphy talking about that, Val? You got to have synced it. You haven't synced the movie, we may be putting some spoiler sports on. Val look like she's frozen right now. Val, there she go. You back with us, Val?
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to. I am back. I hear every single word you're saying. I'm just trying to figure out why I'm having such an issue in presenting right now. So let's close out some windows. Mm-hmm. I got too many windows open, so we're gonna take care of that real quick.
So while Val is closing out those windows, man, let me tell you something. You guys, if you didn't get an opportunity to see his and hers, Tessa Thompson, she might be my cousin. I need to check in that because if you remember, she was also the lead character in Dear White People, which is a hilarious comedy spin on a PWI, right? It's for those that don't remember. So if you didn't see Dear White People, take a look at that. She spin off with Dear White People was a college throwback of basically, the Bill Cosby and Kadeem Hardison and those guys in a different world because it was a different world for her, but basically on a college campus where she was an activist for blacks, but then she had a couple of homeboys who were black, but they was truly white, right? And it was a crazy series. It was so funny. You had to kind of get in the characterization of what they were trying to do. Now, fast forward, she's done some big things. She now become the lead character in His and Hers, crime drama series. And the crazy part about it was she takes more of a lighter move in this movie as a reporter. And it's always from the Atlanta, I'm going to give it to y'all because you guys are always, always, always doing your thing. But she is now like a reporter on here. And then she's not only a reporter, she's also dating a cop, was married to him, and then had a situation where they had a child together. The child, unfortunately, was killed from SIDS, but you don't know that unless you watch the series and get to the last episode where everything comes about. So when I say His and Hers was off the chain, it was one of those series that when I put it on, I had to stay there, and it was solid. I mean, solid. And you can almost put yourself in that position because of the things that was going on. She was a news reporter. She was married to a cop. The cop was cheating on her. She cheated on the cop. They got a divorce. They didn't sign the papers. They were really still married. The baby was killed. I'm not going to give you any more, but the drama is around the mama. You got to be able to watch the mama because the mama did everything she is. Now, it was, let me see who it was, John Bernthal. Bernthal, he always plays like these cop characters all the time. I thought he played a great role because it was like almost a true life situation. He's a police officer, so ain't nobody down with the police. Not a lot of people. I like them, respect them if they're doing the right thing. But in this situation, this brother was doing the wrong thing, period. But he had Tessa Thompson, who was a reporter, who kind of went through a situation and kind of had to take a hiatus off the TV station because she was going through some personal trauma, loss of a child. We know that would be personal trauma. As she's going through this personal trauma, John, her husband, he's doing some things. Now, Tessa has got a group of girls that she's cool with. They all went to private school. I'm at a private school myself. And the relationships are different, public to private. Most private schools, most of the parents got the money. Most of the parents got the wealth. And most of the parents got the status. Not that public school kids don't have it, but there's in public school for a reason, because they probably can't afford to pay the private school tuition. We get that. But Tessa Thompson, mother wasn't able to afford it either. But she cleaned houses. She did everything a mother was going to do to make sure her daughter had the best opportunity to succeed. And she did that. She became a reporter in Atlanta for, I think it was like WSK or WKS or something like that. But in the movie itself, John, the husband or ex-husband, the cop, decides to be a typical man. She ended up, getting herself in a situation where her baby dies, and she didn't know why. The baby died from SIDS, chronic disease, which is a natural disease, sometimes with babies sleeping on their stomach. But she doesn't find out till close to the end of the movie or the end of the series. So she takes a leave of absence. And when she comes back, everything hits the fan. And here's Val on cue.
Good to see you. Good to see you. I don't know what happened over here, but we were sitting up here doing what we're doing. You pretty much broke down. You said, "Watch the mama." Why would you say that?
Because you and I know mama knows best.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what, you find me, black, white, Italian, Irish, Puerto Rican, Mexicano, Latino, Mexicano, whatever. A mother, no matter what, is going to protect her child. She could know that child is the worst gangbanger, dope dealer in the world. Not my son. Hell no. I ain't never, ever seen him do anything wrong. God bless him. As everybody goes, they're going to finish that. God bless him. Meanwhile, this son is the most ruthless boy they ever seen that walk the streets or wherever they at. Right? But mama going to look out. And in this story, the mother, and I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but what I loved about this series, Val, and I'm sure if you watched everything like you said, it threw me off. If you did not watch the last episode of this series, you missed the entire series.
You pretty much did. Much did. And I think I did not. I was thinking things were kind of resolved at the very beginning of because it's a limited series, right? And it's based off of a book, a best-selling book from Alice Feeney, His and Hers. And if you see the and refers to a bracelet, a friendship bracelet. That's a kind of an integral part of that whole situation. But when I look at it, when I think about it, Tessa Thompson, when she was being interviewed, she is one of the executive. She's one of the executive producers on this limited series. Yes. And so this is a really interesting thing. And I am a big fan of a lot of the actors that were in here. I loved his the other detective.
She was crazy. Yeah, I like.
Oh yeah.
She's about to shoot him.
Because she had to kind of find out exactly what was happening with that. And
I told everybody, Val, that Tessa came off of a funny series, Dear White People. And that was
she sure actually she wasn't in the series, she was in the film. Someone else was in the series. It wasn't she wasn't in the film. She wasn't in the Netflix series. She was in the Dear White People film. That's where she was.
I watched the Netflix series. She was in that. That's where I saw her. I never saw her.
Oh, okay.
She was in the series because she dated. I can tell you, she dated this dude who thought he was all that in the series. She was funny. She was definitely in the series. But that's why I picked up on her, and it was great. You know the crazy part about this, Val? It was so many twists and turns. And let me put one thing out there, and I'm gonna tell you. My uncle always told me this, and I don't mean no harm. Don't you ever in your life down a big girl because there's a small girl waiting to come out.
Oh, it sure is. Never put her down. And when I figured out who people were after all of this, you were just like, oh my gosh, I didn't know.
Oh my God, real? You dropped 250 who?
I know, and became a reporter. And so this was happening in a small town of Atlanta, and then just outside of the A. But then there was the big city, and I like how they had that big city versus small town situation.
I get that at home too, don't you, Val? Like when you see people down like from Kankakee, right? You see people out from Moline, see people way out. And they say, I got to go to Chicago because that's a great day for them. Whereas in somebody like me and you, we're around the city every day, all day.
Exactly. And the other folks that's in it is, let me see. Okay, so there's John, Crystal Fox, who plays her mom. And Crystal Fox, I don't know if you remember her. She is known from the Tyler Perry series. What's the big Tyler Perry series that she was in? The Have and the Have-Nots. And that's where you recognize her from. The Have and the Have-Nots. And she was the lead actress in A Fall from Grace, one of the last films that Cicely Tyson was in. Yep.
Yes, I remember. And let me tell you, the one thing I loved about the role she played, Val, is good and bad, is not to throw a wrench or a spoil sport or anything, because I want y'all to watch it.
Exactly.
But it didn't do well for people with dementia because she faked that she had it. And the mama went on her own, let me say, she went on a winning streak. It's called doing everything you can to protect your kid. And here's the other. And wait a minute. But here's do it. That's like the person who is not handicapped and pull up in a damn Jewel Osco with a handicap sticker, and you see them get out the car like this, right?
And they walk in. But here's the other outlining thing that I want to talk about is the grief that they did not, as a couple, deal with. They did not deal with the grief of losing their child. You mentioned that, and when I wasn't here, you mentioned how the kid died of SIDS. So usually a lot of people don't talk about, what happens. And I think the kid was only probably about 8 or 9 months, based on the zone or whatever that we saw.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, when you don't deal with your grief, it just comes out in ugly ways. And with the two of them, you found out they actually still love each other. But when we first start off, they do not act married. They act like they're in competition. They act like they're angry as.
Yeah, and I don't even think it was that, Val. I think it was that, to me, this is my opinion. I think that the series took the entire series for a mother to apologize to her daughter. That could be a different spin. I was reading some stuff, if you look at her opinion, she was a career-driven, self-centered situation. And I'm not going to tell you guys what happened to her. So, because I want you to watch. But when she got to the last series, lucky she had recorded her 16th birthday that her and the girls went out kicking in.
Like a high-8 camera. Did you see the high-8 camera that they used?
I go pull that camera too. Right now.
I got that camera downstairs and it still turns on.
Still work to this very day. And I got the large and the mini tape. I have the mini tape. So
I got the mini tapes too.
right. So so you see that's why me and you together, right? But the thing is that tapes that she watched over and over, 16th birthday, you never seen her get to this part because she got to the party. She got to them in the woods, but she would always cut it off or something would always call her, work or something. She never watched it all the way through. So she sits down the day that everything comes together, watches it and reads the note from her mother, who describes basically pathological serial killer. But because mom, do you smile and let it go, which is what she did, or do you turn her in because you are an investigative reporter? But at the end of the day, this is your mom, and she only want to see you happy because, in my opinion, this was the mother's gift trying to give back to her because she was the reason why she lost her granddaughter.
There you go. Yeah, that makes sense. And she said, this is the very talented, very Crystal. I'm so sorry. Crystal Fox. Yeah. So she has range. If you've never seen A Fall from Grace, it's one of the films from Tyler Perry that I actually like. And then of course she was on The Have and the Have Nots for about all of the seasons, 7 or 8 seasons she was on with them. But yeah, she did a really great job. And like I said, this was. At first I was thinking, oh my gosh, not another mystery, whatever, who did it, whatever. And when you said, Coach, you need to see this, we need to talk about it.
I told you
that last, I'm telling you, man, when it got to the end of the 5th episode, going into the 6th, I was just like this. What? And then it got to the, I was, what? So I was totally blown away with this, totally blown away with his and hers. So, okay. And let me make sure I make this recommendation. This film is not for young eyes, not for kids.
Right. It's a little much.
It's a little much. I don't even think it's for I don't even think it's for teenagers. Like we just need to not do all that.
it may be borderline for teenagers because it's at that point. But yeah, it's some serious stuff going on. Serious.
JB Som is in the building. Janita's here representing. Yeah, it's not for the little squeeze. It's not for the little squeeze, Janita. She just asked. She says it's not for young eyes. It's not for young eyes. But anyway, here it is. If you are like, Val, no, I want to read the book. Well, then go ahead and read the book. And this is a bestseller, and Tessa Thompson went ahead and produced this for Netflix. So it's a limited series, and it is right now, Coach, #1 on Netflix.
For sure.
So you guys go check it out. Go ahead and check it out for sure. we got Janita cracking up over here. She laughing at both of us. I don't know why, but she laughing at both of us.
Hey, Janita, you know how we do, girl. Come on now, don't play with me.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? It is we got a updated. Oh yeah, we have tomorrow on Wednesday the 21st, because I keep thinking today is the 21st, but tomorrow's the 21st. We have a kickstart your podcast for 2026. It is a webinar that I'll be doing at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. You guys can go ahead and check it out. And I'm going to bring up the QR code so you guys can sign up for it. But Coach, I'm telling you, man, this has been fun. You have cracked me up, and I'm sitting up here thinking about it. I'm like, oh my goodness, we want to make sure that. What you say?
And keep your ears to Interludes, because me and Val will be doing the first annual Hood Reviews coming to you soon. I'm tired of doing
reviews. We're doing hood reviews now.
Yeah, we gotta give these people. We got to give the people what they want. Gotta do the hood reviews, man. All these PWI movies, I love them. We gotta get the hood reviews. We gotta come up with a hood movie, right? By the way, keep your ear to the grind, because Val and I will be soon talking about what finally Ice Cube, Mike Epps, Money Mike, everybody coming together to do what? The last Friday of the month. Bam.
The last, so they're coming together to do Friday? I didn't know they were coming together to do
Friday.
that.
We did Friday. We did next Friday, and we did Friday after next. And this is the last Friday of the month, Val. Get it right. The last Friday of the month.
Oh, that's what you mean by that. Okay. Yeah, so
follow the series. And they're about to come and do it. We're going to have to talk about it. And by the way, if those who like comedy, and I know I do, because I get my laugh on, if you have not sat down and listened to my boy, and I wanted to get him on the show, I want to hit him up. Ali Sadiq. Love this. You need to check out his new comedy skit called Ali the Sadiq. That's Ali Sadiq, Sidduq, Ali Sadiq. And Mondays, he is clowning. I mean,
what's he doing? What's he doing with that?
He talking about, you know how everybody have a bad Monday? He had not one, not two, he had 3 bad Mondays. But you got to listen to the comments. The brothers, he came out about 2 years ago, Val.
Okay.
Out big time, because he had been out for years. He had did a prison sentence and a prison stint, and he came out of jail. But he talks about his time while locked up. And he just tell true stories. But the way he tell them, I know I'm funny. I'm thinking about going down to Zanies or something myself, because I got some stories to tell.
Okay.
But check out Ali Sadiq. In the meanwhile, make sure you stay tuned to me and Val, the voice, right here on Tuesdays.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And I want to make sure that I had the wrong information in the chat, so I got to make sure that I make the correction with that. But what we're going to do is talk about, and as we go ahead and wrap up, we'll talk about our affiliate sponsors. Yep, that is Key Spot. And of course, you want to go ahead and let me go ahead and hide the QR code. Where are you? Okay, there we go. QR code going away. There we go. Key Spot. Connect, share, and grow your platform. And go ahead. We appreciate them, and become go ahead, and if you want to become a sponsor, book time with me, Val the Voice, go to purelightHousemedia.com. And then, of course, giving our special shout out to Key Spot. And then, of course, the morning meetup. Do you know you can join for $19 a month at the morning meetup? You scan the QR code and learn a little bit more about how you can meet up with other entrepreneurs and podcasters and get your voice heard with the morning meetup community. They're based in Atlanta too. And then, of course, patreon.com/interludes. We do backstage stuff that happens. We'll be talking about that. So you want to go to patreon.com/ Interludes, you can join this place for free. And then, of course, a DJ saved my life. It is the print copy is available. I am ready to give the copies away. For a small fee. But of course, if you want it signed, go to purelighthousemedia.com/shop. I got to change that to shop. And of course, if you want to follow this guy right here, he is on Instagram at the Pull Up Podcast Show. There you go.
Man, what you see, we on that show. And let me tell you something. I had to thank you for the rewind last night because the national championship was game on. Hey, I just wish for promotional purposes only. Val, I told everybody, if you and I could have came together for a measly little 500 for promotional purposes only.
You have to let me know. I am down. I can give you 250. I could do that, but you gotta let me know.
500. 500 and 500. And guess how much?
You gotta tell me. I don't know.
Guess how much that $1,000 would have been worth last night?
I don't want to know because it's not. I'm not enjoying it right now.
120 grand. So you and I both have been sitting on 60.
La la la.
Yeah.
La la la.
La 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 la. Hey, goodbye. That's what I said that damn.
So join Coach Tony on Mondays.
Hey, I got to send a super shout out because my girl may be watching tonight. I got to send it out to my girl Sheila, who is an executive with AU Pro. And you remember, those that watched me before, had my girl, Diane Vigiloni with the AU Pro Athletes, Nashville, Tennessee. Wake up, baby, because AU is about to kick off here in about 10 days. If you haven't seen the pros jump on the court, we got the pros during the off season that are going to be playing right here in Nashville, Tennessee. So keep tuned with the Pull Up Podcast Show on Mondays, because I'll be bringing those young women to my show to do what, Val? Talk to you live.
Yay! When's this happening?
And we're going to be jumping off this in about the next week and a half. So not this Monday, but the next Monday after this, we're going to be having all of the pro girls on the Pull Up Podcast Show. Don't meet me
Lord
there.
Willing. Lord willing.
Yeah, Lord willing. Lord, hold on, Val. Hold on. Bow your head, Val. Bow your head. Bam. That's how
That's right. And on that note, we will talk to you next week. Join us for more hood reviews. This was not a hood review. You did a good job.
We're going to be doing some hood reviews, so y'all better pull up on Interludes because, by the way, real quick before we get out of here, if you got a hood review for us to do, then put it in the taglines. What are you talking about?
Well, let us know via email. There you go. So you ready to put up the 2 fingers? You ready to do it?
Well, let's get out of here.
Peace.